Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Man, that was weird.
Yeah, you started cutting out off and on, and then all of a sudden just lost everything.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, my internet has been weird the past few days. Like, everything will be fine, and then all of a sudden the whole thing shuts down. God, come on. What in the heck? I know. There we go. Okay, maybe it's going to start working for me now. You gotta love technology. It's a pain.
I think almost set back up.
Nice. But no, what I was saying, like with the store and stuff, you know, having the restaurant next door, we could get food back and forth and do that, and then have that the back area of that building is huge. It's about as big as the front area. So put tables and stuff back there and have music playing, do all that kind of stuff, you know, and if people want to just come in to play their games, they just come through the back door instead of going all the way through the store.
Yep. Yeah.
That'd be the way to do it. Evan, what's up, brother? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Evan?
Dude, feel free to hop on the Discord channel if you want. It's up and running. But no, we definitely need something on the north side because I mean, Games Workshop, cool, but I just can't pay that much for their minis all the time, you know.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I swear I've sworn off of GW minis.
I have too. Like it's just gotten ridiculous. I mean, the price is stupid for what you get.
Yeah, and I say that, but dadgummit, they released those starter sets for the skirmish-sized games.
Oh, I know.
And now I want that.
The one that I posted on Facebook. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of it. It comes out in like 2 weeks.
There's two. There's the smaller one with just a squad of Primaris and the Death Guard.
Let's see, what is it? I can look it up on Facebook real quick. I can't remember the... Where is it? Yeah, I was on a post in Frenzy today with all the Kickstarter stuff ending.
Oh, yeah. I have yet to back a Kickstarter.
Oh, I can't stop. That's my problem.
None of them have hit when I have the disposable income to do it.
Oh, really? Well, and a lot of the times, like, the things I've figured out the best way to do it is sometimes I'll if you can donate $1.
Yeah.
Because then that gets you into the backer kit, and so it like 2 months later, whenever the actual stuff comes out to pick what you want and all that, you're in it, but you didn't pay everything up front. And so you can do that, and then there's also like I've done that, and then I've paid just the base stuff and then figured out everything I want for whenever the whole thing, the backer kit actually starts, and then I go in and buy everything. But that $1 that you put in is actually $1 that goes towards what you wanted anyway. So it's not like you just paid an extra $1, which whoop-de-doo, you know.
Right.
But, I mean, that's kind of one way to do it. Oh, here we go. Okay. I found it. It just didn't have the picture on the group.
I knew he'd get in here eventually.
Heyo.
Well, it's about time.
How y'all do?
Good. How's it going, buddy?
Going good. Going good.
Good. Let's see. What is it? The First Strike and No Fear.
Oh yeah, the 2 mini kits.
Yes.
Yeah, and GW for releasing some sensible
Well, I'm just saying. I'm still saying damn to Zombicide and Lords of Hellas for coming out at the same time.
Yeah.
That just killed me.
And I had decided a long time ago I was not going to do Zombicide for some reason. I don't know why.
Man,
I mean, I have nothing against it. It's just
right, but with how many minis we got, it was ridiculous. We got over 50 extra minis, and they're all Kickstarter exclusives.
nice.
And the thing about those Kickstarter exclusives, they sell for like 20 to 30 bucks a piece.
Yeah.
And you got 50 of them. So you can make the money back like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I would probably do it for like 10 a piece or something, or even 5 a piece on the ones that I don't want because I don't care. I don't want the money back. I bought it because I want the game. But there are some of those minis that I could care less about.
Yeah. That was a given.
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of them I'm like, really? Like, why do I have to have Iron Man in medieval times?
Oh, see, I'm super excited about that one.
Are you?
It's hilarious. Yeah. It's just so funny.
Well, it's just it's random. And what was the other one? Wolverine?
Yes. and Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. Which one was that?
No, sorry, not Scarlet Witch. Storm.
Oh, see, Storm made sense because she's kind of like a sorcerer. You know what I mean? Like, that one made more sense to me than Wolverine or all that. But,
Oh. I mean, well, if you're trying to make sense of it, Wolverine's supposed to be like almost immortal, so.
well, I
It
guess
would make
that's
sense
true.
If he was around all the way back, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess
He's a
that's
dwarf,
true.
Though. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, I know, yeah, like, and I still think one of the funniest ones they did was the Kafifi of R.
Yes.
I mean, I saw that name and I just died. I was laughing so hard. I thought, okay, they've got a sense of humor, you know.
Okay, I guess I hate to say this, but I guess I missed what that's about.
Well, the Kafifi, that's something that Trump actually tweeted out, and it was a mistype, but he didn't catch it whenever it went through the Twitter, you know, and so everybody was just making jokes about it and doing all that. Well, Zombicide came up and they decided they were going to make a monster that nobody knew what the monster was, and they called it the Kafifi of R. So it was just kind of one of those things. It was just good timing for a typo to be in a Twitter, you know, that
Yeah.
it just worked out on timing.
They were probably going to put out the Beast of Art,
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
just because great Monty Python reference. It's just the timing for that was thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it was just perfect because nobody knew what that was anyway. And then that got tweeted out and it just kind of all went together. But I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah, I mean, I love the bunny.
See, I still don't know what to think about the bunny.
Did they do the Monty Python bunny from?
Yes,
Oh, nice.
yes. The bunny is one of the abominations. I wanted to see the squire with the coconuts
Coconut. Yeah.
as a hero, like maybe a dual pack with the squire and the king.
Oh, that would be funny.
That would have rounded it off perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been great. I'm trying to think the other one that I loved. I loved the all of the different like homages they paid to all the people that had passed. I thought all of those were great. They at least did them all pretty well this time.
I liked them. I'm not good with actors and actresses, so I wasn't quite on the ball with a lot of them.
Oh, see, I noticed. I knew every single one right away. Like, I mean, the Princess Leia was a given.
Oh, we're losing me.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we got you in.
You're
Okay.
back, yes.
But the Princess Leia one was a given.
I guess I missed all of those.
And then oh my gosh, my mind just went blank. Lead singer of Queen,
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. That one was a given. David Bowie was in there. Muhammad Ali was in there. George Michael was in there.
George Michael? Which one was he?
Yeah, he was. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to look it up now. Because I mean, the guy that they made from him had 2 first names. He was like Paul something or what was it? Because the Great Zanzibar was, and then you had Gannicus, Earl Jamie for James Earl Jones, the Marquis de Roger or whatever for Prince. What was the dude's? Ryan John. He was right after Kendra and right before the Queen Severa. I don't know if you can see it or not, but let's see.
Scrolling down.
There. I got it on the
This
screen.
one?
Just give it a second. It's probably lagging on your side.
Kickstarter site?
Yeah, it's all of these are on their Kickstarter site, but it should be on the screen here in just a second. I'm having pretty bad lag tonight. I don't know why.
Oh, gotcha.
But then you had that. And then I love the Fatty Bursters.
Yeah. What's the Queen? I feel like I really should know
The Queen.
where she's from. Yeah, the Queen.
I'm thinking that's Snow White, isn't it?
That's sort of what I was thinking. That really was what was triggering in my mind, but I wasn't sure whether there was an actress or something that they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and then they had the James Earl Jones. Like on the screen right now is the Ryan John guy.
Yeah.
And then, like, who else? I mean, the Countess or Delia. That's Princess Leia all over it, you know. And then the Death Master is Remy Killmeister. Or Remy Killmaster, however you want to say it.
What about the Great Zanzibar?
The Great Zanzibar, that is Freddie Mercury.
That's right. He's been bugging me since I saw him. I'm like, that's not just a random one.
No, that's
Definitely-
that's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And then I love the Count Temeraire. I don't know how you say it. It's right after the Death Master. But that's Gary Oldman from Dracula.
Yes. I was like, it's a Dracula I've seen before.
Yeah, it's Gary Oldman from Dracula because they did him before he turned into Dracula with the red like armor and stuff, and that was on the Black Plague.
Oh, Earl Jamie, that's
That's James Earl Jones from Conan.
from Conan, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Sigrun the Slayer is the blonde from Conan.
Is it? See, I haven't ever seen Conan. I need to go back and watch it. That's one I always mean to go back and watch, but something else comes on, or I think of another movie I need to watch and end up watching it.
Yeah, Gannicus is definitely Muhammad Ali.
And then there's the Magenta Kafifi right after Gannicus.
Yeah. It's definitely a Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got the
My
Badger.
brother pointed out who the one is after the Count.
Say what?
The dwarf guy.
I think.
Agnog.
Yeah. Would you?
Steel Greaves.
Yeah.
So if you look at his mustache, it's the blonde one, and it sort of curls into almost like tusks. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the dwarf from the last Lord of the Rings movie.
See, that's what everybody's saying. Like on one of the I can't remember the name of the group I'm on, but they did a list of all of them, and that's what everybody's saying he is. But I mean,
No.
I see I see World of Warcraft in that from the Hammer. because I remember seeing a weapon like that in World of Warcraft. But
Z character looks like the girl from
Stranger
Things.
it is. They did all of the Stranger Things characters. Two of them you only get by getting the expansion packs that are $50 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's the little small dude that everybody loved. I still haven't watched Stranger Things. We're going to watch it this week. But
Grayson Gruber is obviously Severus Snape.
yes, and I am so freaking excited about that one.
I know.
Oh, I love that. I'm so glad they put that in there. The only one that we didn't get, which I know it was too late to do, was Adam West.
Did they pop that? Did they mention it right after the
No.
5 million?
No.
Princess Ayla is obviously Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And Spearhead is I can't even remember his name now. What's his name from Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah, one of the
Okay.
Chrome guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and everybody was fighting about it on that Facebook group, and they're like, "No, it's the Iron Maiden mascot." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "No, it's not. Read what it says. It says, 'Witness me.'"
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, I was gonna say it says "Witness me."
yeah, like it's obviously Mad Max, and plus they did the Charlize Theron figure.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about that because I love that movie.
Oh
Yeah, and there's the David Bowie, the Lord Bricks Moonshine.
Yeah, and that's so awesome. And I love the Asmodeus. The V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they could have gotten his pose better.
I agree.
The,
No, I agree with that. And I love Chromatus.
yeah.
I love Chromatus. Oh, did I tell you they emailed me back?
Oh, really?
They emailed me back, and the girl said, "You know what? That is a great idea." She said, I actually sent this over to our creators, and they're going to take a look at it. I would love to be able to buy more of those.
The zombie unicorn. Almost at the very end.
Because I know Ashley's going to want to paint that, but so do I. You know, but I'm going to let her paint it, obviously.
I mean, just the first thing I thought when I saw that was, oh, you get to do like rainbow effects
Yeah.
and dirtying up of zombies. There's so many ways you could do this.
Well, and man, think about having a set of another, like, 3 of those, to where they're all coming in from different sides of the board.
Sir
I mean-
Schwartz is obviously the Black Knight from Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Without a
Oh, yeah.
doubt.
Who is War Chief Lavidia?
Let me see. Where is that? Oh, War Chief Lavidia. That is Charlize Theron from
Oh, okay.
Mad Max.
Oh yeah.
And I'm guessing Billy is another one of the Stranger Things.
Yes. Billy is another one of those.
Who else?
Let's see.
Grand Inquisitor.
Hild and Haig are both from the show Vikings.
Okay.
Igraine is from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Would that be Lord of the Rings, or if you gave her red hair, would it be Ygritte from?
See, that's what I was thinking from Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not. It's because somebody posted a picture, and it's the girl from is it the Two Towers? Whose dad was whose father was the king or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Riders. The Riders of Rohan.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the Rohan girl that does what no man can do.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Rocco
Who's the
looks-
grand?
I don't know who Rocco is. I could never figure out Rocco, and I could never figure out Cassius. And Kelsey, everybody says Kelsey Grammer, but I just don't see it.
I can see it. I can, but Cassius reminds me of the guy from Street Fighter.
The guy from Street Fighter.
What's his name? He was the boss in the later Street Fighters. Akuma, or
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
he's got the same hairdo and everything.
Yeah. it's definitely possible. That and Jean, I mean, that's Jean d'Arc, or
Yeah.
But I don't know who Rocco is. Everybody's thinking Rocco from like Boondock Saints, but
I can see that.
I could see that.
I can see it.
But they were also talking about somebody else, and I can't remember who they were saying it was.
Thomas. I can't figure out Thomas. He's the generic monk. I guess.
I mean, probably Friar Tuck.
Let me see, Thomas. Yeah, I'm just thinking that's Friar Tuck. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
I can't think of any angry monks.
I know. Well, and Friar
about
Tuck was always kind of drunk and angry anyway.
Yeah, I think Queen Severa is definitely the queen from the Snow White and the Huntsman movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be. Like,
Did Charlize Theron play her too?
yes, she sure did.
Two miniatures in it.
It wouldn't surprise me. She's played in some pretty.
And Tack. I mean, I know he's
Tack.
a little necromancer-looking guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a that and 3 of the other ones are all from another game coming out. Isn't that one of those? No, that's just I can't remember. Was that just a box set that we were getting for free?
That's one of the box sets that got thrown in. It's not Kickstarter exclusive, and I think those are what they do is they take an artist and he's allowed to just make up a set of stuff.
Right.
And I don't think they give him a lot of rules because most of the other sets aren't characters. The Kickstarter exclusive ones tend to be
Damn it, now
somebody else.
Yeah.
Now I wish I'd gotten in on this.
Well, I'll let you know when it starts and you can do a late pledge and get everything.
How much is it?
It's 120.
It's 100. Yeah, 120 for all of this.
Not
Not
bad.
for any of the expansions.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No. Not for everything you get, because I mean you get over 50 minis just for backing it. And that's not including what comes in the base game.
And then
Yeah.
think about how and the abominations are going to be big abominations.
Oh, the abominations are huge.
Yeah, especially the giant one. It's
Yeah.
massive.
Dude, I want that. I
But
still want to
honestly-
get that expansion of the the No Rest for the Wicked. I want that dragon.
Yes.
That sucker is huge.
My thoughts behind that is that everything else from the old Kickstarter, except Kickstarter exclusives, is far cheaper on Amazon. It's at least $10 cheaper.
Oh, without a doubt.
The expansions, everything, and it's not like they're gonna rush it months ahead of time. Or it's not like when you get the game, you won't be able to play it
Right.
until the expansion comes out. So I don't mind waiting for that.
No,
can
I don't
wait
either.
Until we get them closer to, what the stores are buying.
Yeah. Well, and my only thing, the only reason I would do it is if they added more Kickstarter exclusive minis to go in it.
Yes.
But
Or-
just paying $50 for one mini, I'm not, But I want the supernatural
Get all the ghosts
zombies.
as well. Yeah.
Those just look
So
cool.
You get the dragon plus all the ghosts.
Right.
I mean, and honestly, I was gonna say earlier. I mean, think about it, $120 for all of this, or you could spend $120 at Games Workshop and get one large model.
That's what I was about to say. Or you can get, Magnus the Red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you couldn't even do that because he's 140.
Yeah.
So.
See, I think
I
Evan
love-
missed our conversation on that.
Oh yeah, Evan. We had a whole rant about
Yeah.
Games Workshop.
I heard the tail end while I was finding my headphones.
Yeah, we were.
The problem is if you play more than you paint, or even if you read more than you paint. Games Workshop has created some of the best lore of all
They have.
gaming systems.
I mean, I'll give them that.
Yeah.
I'm not discounting what they've done. I mean, they've created probably one of the best tabletop games ever to be put on a table. But okay, it's like
The problem is they know it.
Exactly.
You know, like
I compare it to WoW. Blizzard created the best MMO
oh, it's phenomenal.
anybody has ever seen.
Yeah.
And no matter how good anything else is, it's not going to be able to compete because the 800-pound gorilla is already in the room.
So I would argue that that's a close simile, but not a perfect one, in that Games Workshop did not make the best tabletop game. In fact, it's rather crap. It's getting better, but the game is not the best.
Okay, it used to be.
They got there first. You know, early on, they were they may have been the only people to do it. You know, proper tabletop, not board game. And they built the lore and the game at the same time. So everybody that's tabletopped either was born into Games Workshop or came in later with Games Workshop Light games.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I mean, because I started tabletop gaming with Warhammer Fantasy Battles back in what edition was it? I remember the box set was High Elves, Goblins.
Right.
This was back in the 293.
I was gonna say, I think it was the edition before I got into it.
And I got into 40K about the same time. The box set was Marines and Orcs, if I remember right. And you got a dreadnought. You got an Orc dreadnought in it. But it wasn't an actual model. It was a cardboard stand-up of an Orc dreadnought.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. And everybody's talking about Dark Imperium with the shoulder pads that are already on it. Most of the minis in the 40K, especially the Orc ones, in that 40K box, were one piece.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Huh.
We got our hands on some of those. Yep.
They were all one piece in a base, and the Orcs looked so freaking. They looked like sci-fi Vikings.
Yeah. I
Great.
hadn't thought about that, but yes.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, no. The Orcs are a long way from where they started.
Right.
My first codex was a book called Wa the Orcs. It wasn't even called a codex.
No.
It was just Wa the Orcs, and it gave you all the lore behind the Orcs, and explained all of Orc society, including the various types of squigs.
Yep.
Where, okay, everybody knows Orcs are fungus, and are born from spore pods or whatever, and they have no hair. And so you see these Orc models with like ponytail top knots on their head,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, well, how does an Orc get hair? They explain that in this book.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
There is actually a breed of squig called a hair squig. And it's just a big mouth with really sharp teeth and long hair. And what they'll do is they just take it and stick it on top of their head, and the squig bites in, and then they stab it and kill it.
Interesting.
And that's how an Orc gets hair.
That's so great.
It's kind of like every time a bell rings.
Oh.
It explained that there were attack squigs and food squigs and just everything. And that, you know, it explained the hierarchy of orc society, how there were the Gretchen, which are the smallest, tiniest orcs, the tiniest greenskins, and they're the slaves to even grots. And then you have the grots. No, they're not Gretchen. They were snotlings, is what they were. And then there were the Gretchen or grots, which were a little bit bigger, what we would know in what you would call in fantasy goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And they were a little bit higher, but they were still under the heel of the orcs. And then you had the full-on orc, and then it was the biggest, strongest orc that became war boss.
Huh.
And orcs got, I don't remember whether they explained it in that rule set, that orcs get bigger by fighting.
Yes.
That's how they grow.
They get bigger by fighting.
Yes.
And even then, nobody knew the difference between Gork and Mork.
Oh, yes.
Oh, jeez.
That is something they have never gone into. All they said was one is, what was it? Brutally cunning, and the other one was cunningly brutal. All they said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's classic.
There's a huge distinction for orcs.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, it was a book the size of, I'm not going to say the size of a rule book, but at least the size of a codex. Hardback with, and it was mostly, I mean, it was probably 75% lore.
Huh.
Well, and not long after that, when I got in, the codexes, when they were called codexes, were pamphlets almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were much closer to 20 pages of just paper, soft-backed, just a lot of rules, and then it was all read the margins, because there was little story bits and little culture bits all over the margins of every codex.
Okay, so I guess I got in during Rogue Trader, because that's Wada Orcs is a Rogue Trader book.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm still so new to this stuff, it's nuts. Like, the first set I ever bought and the first thing I ever painted was the Storm of Sigmar box.
Right.
Oh, and see, this was back when WA still had an R in it.
Oh, okay.
I wish that there was a story behind why they dropped the R.
Oh, I bet there is.
Because that's an orc thing. That would be an orc thing. This long explanation for why they dropped the R when saying log.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be hysterical.
Orcs were supposed to be the comic relief a lot of times, and at times they've been more comic than not, but I've always liked them. Not enough to necessarily play, because I'd want to convert them, and after a while, we would just... So many awesome conversions would blend together in the background.
Right.
I remember, and I don't know whether it started way back then, but the whole idea was the reason orc magic worked in fantasy, and the reason their psychers work in 40k is belief.
That is a full-on accepted canon in 40k. The only reason an orc, or the main reason any orc thing works, is because the orcs believe it will work.
Yeah.
There's actually I can't remember what it's from. It's either from the primer, the Imperial Guard primer, or one of the other things. They had an orc in captivity. They handed him basically a 2x4 with a metal pipe strapped to it that looked like a gun. and it actually would shoot bullets. They didn't give off any bullets, but because the orc believed it would shoot, it shot.
Yeah.
That is why there is nothing beyond. There is no conversion in 40K that is beyond orcs, because the rationale is it works because they believe it does.
Basically, when in doubt, it works because orcs.
Oh, that's crazy. I love it.
That's why for looted wagons, I know in 6th edition, I don't know if they've taken this rule out or not, but for orcs, if you had a looted wagon, which was you took a Lehman Russ and gave it to some orcs, it was called at that point it's called a looted wagon. At the
Wasn't
beginning,
it basically any vehicle? Any
No,
vehicle from any
no.
other army could take.
well, yeah, any vehicle from any other army. But anyway, this looted wagon, at the beginning of your movement phase, before you moved it, you had to roll a d6. On the roll of a 1, you rolled a scatter dice. And it went in that direction. I can't remember how far. Like, it's movement phase. It's movement distance.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Straight
crazy.
combat in that direction.
That's why I love Gorka Morka. That's why I've been trying to talk people into playing it. And I'm hoping Games Workshop brings it out again, but until they do, you can find it online.
Well,
And
one of my favorite rules is what's this button do?
What?
Let me see if I can find the.
There's a what's this button do?
Yes. 40K orcs. What? This button. I think that's the one. Don't press that. That's the name of the rule.
don't press that. So while he's looking that up, one of the things about Gorka Morka, I love campaign games where you get a small band and you get better, you level up, sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of like we were talking the other day.
Yes, exactly. And I'm always hoping they come out with new ones because I just love the ideas. But Gorka Morka works like that in that the guys that survive, get experience, level up. The guys that may have been killed, or you got to roll to see if they really died or whether they got injured. And it's just a detailed system. You could lose an arm
Right.
in a battle. So now your guy has lost one attack in hand-to-hand because he's missing an arm.
Yeah, makes sense.
But for the orcs, you could take them to the doc, the mad docs. But instead of being a normal doctor and just fixing it, you would have to roll on this table. And the worst roll was, I think, that he would attach a cybernetic arm, but he cut off the wrong limb. So you still had the negative effects of losing the arm, but I think you got whatever the bonus was for having the cybernetic arm as well, because it's the other arm.
Oh, that's hysterical. That's awesome.
So for the looted wagon, it is the don't press that button, or the don't press that rule. For roll 1d6 for each looted wagon at the start of the shooting phase. On a roll of 1, the looted wagon must move flat out, even if it performed a tank shock earlier in the turn.
Oh, that's...
But, I mean, okay, and that's part of why I loved orcs. Hang on a second. Grab my 6th edition codex here. but my favorite rule, or my favorite thing in the in 6th edition orcs was to take an orc big mech with a shock attack gun. Have you guys ever heard or ever played against somebody with a shock attack gun?
No.
Okay.
I haven't played since they came out.
Okay. So, let me find this. Mech boys, it should be right around here. Okay. Firing the shock attack gun. You roll 2d6 at the beginning of the shooting phase to determine the shock attack gun's strength. After placing the template, but before rolling the scatter dice. So you place your template on where you want the. I believe it was a large blast template. Place it where you want to shoot.
You could get a strength 2 weapon.
Hold on. So then you roll 2d6 for the gun's strength.
Right.
If you get a double or an 11, consult the chart below.
Oh no.
So, okay, the basis behind the shock attack gun is, it works by projecting a narrow force field tunnel through a small portion of the warp. And it says here, how it manages this is a mystery to anyone other than its creator. But the destructive potential of such a technological monster is considerable. The entrance to the tunnel opens up at the front of the gun, and the exit point is created wherever the operator aims it. It is possible, in fact encouraged, for living creatures to travel down the tunnel and leave it at the exit point. So basically, they take snotlings, and they fire them through the tunnel at whatever they're pointing at.
Oh jeez.
As one would.
Right.
On an 11 roll, the tunnel opens a hole into the warp. No, this is on a 12. Double sixes. Tunnel opens a hole into the warp itself, and a ravening cloud of sentient demonic ichor gushes out into the material realm. Any model hit by the gun this turn is removed from play.
What?
It just eats everything.
Yeah.
The vehicles take an automatic penetrating hit.
Dang.
On an 11, the shock attack gun's field collapses, opening a tiny portal into the warp. Only the model under the template hole is hit, but the shot is strength 10, and the gun may not fire next turn.
Oh my gosh.
On double fives, this one's called Zoink. It says, in a freak accident, the shock attack gun fires the mech and leaves the snotlings in place.
Yeah.
No shot is fired, but you immediately place the mech in base contact with the target and treat him as if he had initiated an assault that turn.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Great.
I love it.
I got that roll one time in a game.
Did you really?
Yes, I was shooting at an effing Land Raider with a character that had no ability to hit a freaking Land Raider in close combat. After that, I put a power claw on my big mech.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, double fours called sploosh. Snotlings exit the tunnel in an explosive spray of bone and gore. Resolve the attack upon the target, but use the small template. Any hits are resolved with a strength and AP of 6. Double threes. The exit hole materializes in the wrong place. Resolve this shot upon the nearest unit to the intended